Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah. Yeah, Happy Hanukkah's this week too. Today I am making some pizzelles. It's Italian like waffle cookies. They're very, I forgot my powdered sugar. I need powdered sugar. 1 second. I'm back. Got my powdered sugar. And this, like I said, this is a Italian kind of wafer cookie. It's made different types of ways. This one, since we actually have a Pizzelle waffle iron, we're doing it kind of like the batter will be actually more like a waffle batter. It'll be very drizzly. Some of them actually are almost dough-like, but it all depends on where you are, where different areas in the country, different areas of the world, and how it turns out. But this is the quick and easy way to do it. I actually have a Cuisinart waffle iron, and it looks like a thingy, but they're very, very thin. And a lot of other places, they actually have the ones you actually put on the stove, and you have to heat and flip. And I am American, I like stuff easy. So let's go and do this. The recipe I have is I actually had to cut it in half because it was for 3 dozen, and I don't want to make 3 dozen. I might make this again later on because it is very easy to make. So what you're going to need is your homemade eggnog that you have spiked. And this time it did turn into a custard, which is always good. I did that earlier. I just recorded it. It's on my painful budgeting channel. I did do one on this one before, but it turned into custard instead of eggnog. And this one actually turned into eggnog. So if you want to see one that actually turns out right, instead of like usually the way I do it on this channel, everything flops a little bit. Anyways, all right. So what you're going to need is 3 large eggs. This is for like 1.5 dozen worth of. If you want to do 3 dozen, just double it. 3/4 sugar. That looked like sage there for a minute. 1/2 cup of butter, melted, and let it cool off a little bit. And 1 tablespoon of anise extract. There we go. Or you can also use vanilla or any other types, or you can use, I've also used bourbon as well as a flavor. You can also use almond extract. I've also used orange juice and orange zest to make an orange flavored one. You just, take a whole orange or something and squeeze it in here and just add a little extra flour and stuff so it's a little less liquidy. And then you just zest the orange peel and put it in there. You can also make lemon. You can do the same thing with the lemon. Might just need to add a little, you can always use lemon extract or orange extract if you want it more flavorful, or if you just want it subtle. You can also do vanilla bean. You do all kinds of different types of flavors, but the original one is the star anise. 1 3 cups of flour and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Hopefully that was cut in half. It might have been 4 teaspoons. I might have to check that later on, but well, we'll find out, I guess. If it gets a little more fluffy than normal, then 3 large eggs. These are the organic, soy-free, range-free stuff because my neighbor, he has some major allergies. He has major nut allergies. He also has some soy allergies. And so he has to make sure his eggs are actually, the hens are actually fed a non-soy diet because everything has soy in it and it will build up in the system and make them sick. So he just has to do, and then he's also Asperger, and he has a lot of food aversions on top of it. And I have that on top of my thingy. Fold of skin around his throat, so it makes it hard for him to swallow as well. So poor kid can barely eat anything. He eats a lot of the same stuff. So every Christmas, his favorite one was like eggnog and these cookies. So I usually make sure I do an extra deep cleaning around my house, make sure I don't have anything nuts. I haven't had him for a while. And then I go and make him some homemade eggnog and some pizzelles and some homemade eggnog. That way it's allergy-free. A lot of the stuff at the store has a lot of soy product in it. And they never know where the other products come from. So I try to do that. And whatever helps. All right, let's see. And some sugar. I have cut in half of this. All right. 1. And I never do anything precise. And then usually by the time you're done, you're like, I need to add a little extra flour or a little more other stuff. But I've never been that type of person. And we'll add a little bit of the eggs. Make sure it's... And then we just mix that up really, really good. I could show you mixing the stuff up, I guess. I'm sure you've seen plenty of batters mixed up. I'll show you the batter once it's done. But yeah, this is like sugary egg gunk. It's not. All right. And then we do, is it recording? Yes, it is. All right. I've got the sugar, I got the butter, I got the eggs. Then we're going to add a cup and 3/4 flour. 1 cup. And a lot of times you'll sift this. I don't sift. And it's about a half. That's about 3/4. As long as it looks like a batter, you're good. Oh, I'm glad I actually cut this in half. Oh, I'm making a mess. Oh, make sure I keep that. Okay, and some baking soda, 2 tablespoons. I don't know what happened to all my tablespoons. I had them here. You see my table, I have so much crap on my table. Teaspoon, so let's do the smaller teaspoon, I guess. Kind of a heaping, so I'll do 1.5. I guess I go upstairs and steal my dad's teaspoons, but I'm not a professional. I'd say don't try this at home, but yes, do try this at home. And then a teaspoon of star anise. Ooh. Like I said, you can put all different types of flavorings in here. Ooh, this kind of smells like licorice. Very buttery. This is like a very thick batter. It's here because I actually need the spoons. It's almost like a cake batter almost. Now I could let that sit a minute and let the flour and everything absorb, since I didn't sift it, because if you want it smoother, you'd want to sift it. But yeah, it looks like a healthy cake batter is what it looks like when it's done. Still kind of thick. It's not quite runny like kind of like a thicker waffle batter. And then you take your flying anise. Let's see. Tastes really good. And then we do a quick little spritz. Let me rearrange this a little bit so you can see a little better. But yeah, I usually just take 2 little spoons and then 1 little dollop right in the center. Usually counted about 10 or 15. Usually the first ones are always a little, the experiment until you know how much you actually need to put in there. Because I usually do it every Christmas, so I always forget. But usually I start with a teaspoon. And then I usually count for about 15 seconds. A lot of times the light will go off and on. Enjoy my eggnog. So I hope this holiday season is a good one for you. And you know, what type of things do you like to do seasonally? There's certain types of treats that you like making for your family or friends? What type of traditions do you have? It's just me and my dad right now, so it's a little less stuff we have to, less people we have to deal with, so we don't really have kids. But yeah, here's our little waffle. I'm gonna dredge it in some flour. Whoopsie, really quick. And then we put it over here, and then we just put it in the flour, and then I just fill up my little cookie sheet. I have a cookie sheet wire rack as well, so it helps dry them out a little faster. By the time I get 6 on there, the first 2 have dried off enough that I can stack them without having the powdered flour melting. So that looked to be about the right amount. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in I haven't been on a 1-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells. You can also do these just plain jingle bells. If you don't want any extra powdered sugar, if you have sugar issues, you could probably try to substitute sugar and see how it works. Yeah, I'm gonna eat these recipes. About every third one, I might have to add a little extra oil. You could probably even do something similar on a stove, but you might need a more batter so you can actually roll it out and then flatten it and stuff. Because it'd be kind of hard if you didn't actually have to roll it out and do it like on a skillet. But you know, that or make it more liquidy and do it more pancake style. Grab my thingies, all different sizes. Voila. And it's as simple as that. It's very easy, simple, easy thing to make with your kids. That's if you have the machine. Like I said, you could probably find some other ways to do this, but you'd have to probably have the batter a little thinner to make it like just on the cast iron thingy and just spread it out. But whoop, didn't want to burn them. Nice and crispy, nice and sweet. I'm gonna have that star anise. If you're not into licorice, you probably won't like the star anise, but it's subtle enough that just gives it a little bit of extra something. But you can add vanilla, tablespoon of vanilla very easily, orange or lemon or even ginger, any type of things to make your own. Probably even be able to put some like molasses or something like that. It'd probably make it really sticky, so I don't know how to do it. But yeah, make it your own. Put any types of flavoring you want it. Like I said, I've done bourbon. I've done orange with orange zest. It's pretty good. I've done just plain old vanilla. Yeah. And they're always a headache. People always are like, where's the pizzelles? I want some. Pizzelles, pizzelles. I don't know. It's like a fancy pizza. Pizza, like pizza. Pizzelle. Pizzelle? No, pizzelle. So I've always said it. And I'm probably not saying it right. But yeah, give them a try. They're very simple. You can look them up in recipes anywhere. If you're not going to do a whole lot, but yeah, you can get some of like the single waffle iron, and I have the double, so it makes 2 cookies. You can actually find a lot of these, like if you go to antique stores where you can actually just do them right on the oven and stuff, and just heating up the pan, and then you flip it. And so you can do it that way, make it a little more involved, and have something for your kids to do like Christmas Eve or something like that. They're very simple. You know, that way if you don't want to have a whole lot of candies and sugars and stuff like that, these ones are very simple, very easy for the kids to make. If they can work a waffle iron, they can make one of these cookies. Like I said, you can get some of the old style ones that not even plug in, just put right on your stove. Have a wonderful Christmas. I will see you next time. Love you all.